In nature, there are many events which can be synchronized. So, for example, these non-biting midge flies have overwintered as an aquatic larvae, but try to synchronize when they eclose as adults. And this is because the adults will typically only live a day or several days, and during which time they attempt to form mass mating clouds where females will fly into the swarms, mate, and then lay their eggs. At this point, they die, and the accumulations of dead flies are simply enormous. So the flies obviously try to synchronize with each other. But then many birds try to synchronize their migration through an area to hit insect populations when they are producing some of these mass eclosion or mass mating events. And this gives then the birds the nutrition they need to migrate further and to lay a maximal number of eggs. And so here you can see a number of seagulls in their migration route, which are feeding on these flies. And because the flies are covering so much of the vegetation, the chipping sparrows on the side of the lake are also getting some nutrition from these insects. This, however, can be a problem for long distance migrants. Birds, for example, which will spend their summers in, say, the northeastern United States, but may winter in the Caribbean, in Central America, or even South America. And this is because with climate change, if there is a mild winter, then the insects may change the dates of their eclosion, their migration. Some of this would be tied to bud break in plants. So if the plants form buds earlier, then the insects would feel pressure to come out of egg masses or become adults earlier so they could feed on this. And so as birds migrate back, they are hoping to hit insect populations at the best time for them to gather the most nutrition. But if climate change is altering the insect life cycles, birds which are in, say, South America or Central America or the Caribbean might not know that, like this yellow warbler, which is going to go to the eastern United States, but is in the Caribbean at the time of this photograph as being taken in its migration. And so the problem for long distance migrants is through climate change, they may be getting less nutrition on their migration route back, which may mean that fewer survive migration, perhaps they lay fewer eggs in a season, and so there is great concern as to whether these long distance migrants will be negatively affected by the changing of climate and temperatures.